Hey everybody, alright, in this video let's talk about some more Galaxy's Edge. In this video we're going to talk about should Disney have put more emphasis on the original trilogy when creating Star Wars Land. And I see this criticism come up time and time again. I've seen it a lot lately. In my opinion, no. I don't think they should have put more emphasis on the original trilogy. First of all, the land that we got, Batuu, has a lot of original trilogy stuff in it already, and I don't know why people choose to, disregard that or ignore that. The centerpiece of the entire land is the Millennium Falcon. Okay, Yoda plays a huge role in Savi's workshop, the lightsaber shop. Blue milk, Chewie's in the land constantly. There's a lot of original trilogy references within this land. This land is also very run down, very lived in, okay, which feels like the original trilogy very, very much. And even things that aren't necessarily, like an exact copy, like Oga's Cantina, it's still very close or very reminiscent to that of the cantina in the original trilogy. It looks more like that cantina than like Maz Kanata's castle in The Force Awakens. So there's a lot of original trilogy stuff. I just don't know what people wanted in this land. Did they want like this giant statue of Luke Skywalker resurrected in the courtyard? Or what exactly did you want in regards to original trilogy representation? Okay, I think this land really does give you a good balance of kind of everything. I've already told you about the original trilogy references. There's also sequel trilogy references, obviously, with Rey, Kylo, the way the First Order stormtroopers walk around all the time. And even for those people like the younger generations that grew up on, like the Clone Wars or Star Wars Rebels or Star Wars Resistance, they even have a little bit in this land with Hondo, who's like the main character in the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction. So there's a little bit of everything for every generation of fan in this land, and I think that's the way they should have gone with it. Now, another criticism I see constantly, is how come Disney didn't build a planet that we know? How come they didn't build Tatooine? How come they didn't do Hoth? How come they didn't do Endor? Okay, look, here's the thing. Lucasfilm, if you look at the history of Lucasfilm and how they approach attractions at Disney parks, long before Disney even bought Lucasfilm, this is the model they've used. Star Tours, perfect example. There are next to zero original trilogy references in that original version of Star Tours. Okay, you had the two droids in the queue, C-3PO and R2-D2, and you had 30 seconds in the trench run. That's it. That's all you got in the original Star Tours in regards to those original characters. Luke Skywalker isn't piloting your star speeder. You didn't see Han, Chewie, Leia, any of that. Okay, there's very little original trilogy references. No one seemed to mind back then. So it's just crazy. Now, if you want to step outside Star Wars, you can go to Indiana Jones Adventure, another example of Lucasfilm creating its own material. The Temple of the Forbidden Eye, which is featured in Indiana Jones Adventure, never existed in the movies. It was created for the attraction. And what they did was they created this temple and they gave you the spirit and the energy of Indiana Jones while you're riding the Jeep through the temple. Right? It's not a copy of the Temple of Doom. It's not a direct lift from the movies, but they give you the energy and the spirit of the films in a new temple. That's exactly what they did with Batuu. They didn't give you a carbon copy replica of a planet in the film. In the films, they gave you a planet that would fit in with the rest of the universe, but it's a new creation, and it carries the spirit and the energy of the films. Okay, this is no different than what they did with Indiana Jones Adventure back in 1995. I see all these conspiracy theory whatever out there about how Disney's trying to like erase the original trilogy and is trying to completely ignore the past. That's baloney. It's absolutely baloney. Was Disney trying to erase the past when they did Star Tours in like 85 or 86, whenever it came out, and there was no Luke Skywalker in that attraction? Was Disney trying to erase the Indiana Jones movies by creating a new temple with Forbidden Eye? It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. I think the approach they made with Batuu was the right decision. It was the right decision, because by creating your own planet, you can tailor pick, kind of cherry pick the things that you can put in it, right? So you can have a cantina, you can have a spaceport, you can have this, you can have that. Where if you picked a planet that already existed, you're restrained into what you can add or not add. Because if you did Hoth, well, there's no cantina in Hoth, so we can't have a cantina. If you do Tatooine, well, there's no trees in Tatooine, so we can't have trees. See, that's the problem with just carbon copies of these planets. It works in the movies, it doesn't work in real life. So that's my opinion on this. What are your opinions on all of this? Did Disney make a mistake not focusing on the original trilogy? Did they make a mistake on not giving us a planet that we recognize in the universe? I don't think they did, but you know what? If you do, comment below. Look, I love to hear all opinions on this channel. I welcome all opinions. I support all opinions, okay? I want to have a civil conversation down below in regards to all this stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, may the Force be with you.